Shalom, everybody. Shalom, brothers, sisters. Akim Akwath. This is Mataza Lacham. What I'm doing is I'm putting this on my channel. I ran across this last night. I was looking for some information concerning the Edomites and the Khazars and how these devils are impossible for them to be the chosen people of the Most High God. You know, because one of the guys at my job had brought that to my attention, talking about white slaves and all this other bullshit. I'm like, man, look, you're not getting out of the punishment that you got coming. It ain't gonna work. Okay? And I got into a conversation with this asshole. I tried to explain it to him, how the Bible, but he's one of these Edomites that's tattooed up and just I wasn't even trying to socialize with the motherfucker, but when I and a brother was at the job, we were in the break room with nobody in there. We were discussing biblical scriptures about where we are in the timeline concerning Donald Trump, the tariffs, everything like that. And this Edomite just decided I'm just going to bogart the goddamn conversation, right? So anyway, when I tried to explain everything to him, I went to Romans chapter 11, verse 11. I went to Peter, chapter 1, verse 1. I went to James chapter 1, verse 1. I went to Ezekiel chapter 37, verse 21 and 22. I went to Jeremiah chapter 31. I went to Romans on this motherfucker. It just does not register. Okay? Bullshit. The white privilege and white supremacy have these motherfuckers hypnotized that they're better, and that's that. So I was rummaging, because it bothered the shit out of me after I got off work. And, and plus I was worried about the Passover and am I going to be able to keep it because I'm staying with other people. I got put out. I don't have a place to stay on my own. And I can't try to convince them about leaven and all of that because they don't get it. So, but anyway, worried about that, and I ran across this video. So I thought that it would be enlightening, would bring some edification, and I hope you are edified. Call halal Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Yahweh Kakodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for pushing 100% truth who rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to our Heavenly Power and His dear Son, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Yahweh being the Heavenly Father's name in the Hebrew, and Yahweh Shai being the Heavenly Son's name in the Paleo-Hebrew, the real Hebrew language. And giving all double honors to our elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who taught us His truth. And faithful Akim pushing His word in righteousness and sincerity, continue pushing. This video is going to be more on history. It's going to be a video on history dealing with the Jews of Khazaria, which this is a book review. So I might get the actual book on paperback, instead of like getting it on the internet. But I'm just going to go into some history right here dealing with King Bulan and the Khazarian Empire. We're going to prove that they're Edomites. And I'm just going to go right in the spirit, I got already precepts lined up in my mind, but I'm going to go in the spirit and Lord willing to be edifying. This is the Jews of Khazaria, right? Kevin Allen, the Jews of Khazaria, Jason R. Aronson, Incorporated, New Jersey, 1999. Okay. The book aims to capture the history of Khazaria, a Jewish state near the Caspian Sea that reigned between the 7th to 11th centuries. You got to catch these things quick. There's no such thing. The word Jewish means ish. The is a suffix behind the word Jew, which means to pertain. So that's already off there. And state, the Israelites are a nationality, a nation of people, not a state. So that right there is a back-to-back mistake from Esau Edom himself. A Jewish state near the Caspian Sea that reigned between the 7th to 11th centuries, starting as a small tribe and growing in size and in power. The book is primarily based on archival and linguistic discoveries. The author starts in 650 AD when migration patterns westward and wars with the Muslims Muslim forces from the south brought to the fore of history the Khazar Empire. Now remember, the Most High set all this up. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, Proverbs 21:1. Or man's goings are of the Lord. Yahweh, the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shai set all this up. You had these Muslims, or which you had the Mohammedan conquest, because Muhammad came, 570 AD, he was born. Then, you had a huge following of Muslims that forces, the Muslim forces, as it says here. And they were going back and forth with these Edomites. They were even going at us when we were dwelling, in the Byzantine Empire. All right, in the Holy Roman Empire, or the East Roman Empire. So it says here, so the author starts in 650 AD when migration patterns westward and wars with the Muslim forces from the south brought to the fore of history the Khazar Empire. Khazaria was located roughly between or of present-day Hungary from its east and Persia in its west. The Khazars, originally nomads known for their fierce fighting tradition, defended the region and became a loose state about mid-6th century. Now, let me just I got a precept, but let's grab nomad first. What does nomad means? A nomad, people without fixed habitation. That's what a nomad is. So how could you prove that this is the Edomites? Because our forefather Job spoke about this. But before I get Job 30, no, let's grab Job 30 first. Then I'll grab Genesis 4. Scriptures don't lie, man. The Bible does not lie, man. This Job 30:1. But now they that are younger than I have me in derision, whose fathers I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock. Now, once again, how could you prove this? Speaking about Esau, even Job said, look, I won't even put these devils near my dogs, near my animals. Why? And it's the same devil that passes laws for what? Bestiality. You can sleep with animals. So this is how you notice the devil on earth, the one that pushes unrighteous decrees, the ones that form false decrees, form false laws as they go along. Day by day, these devils come make laws up, consistently making false laws up. And it says here, whose fathers I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock. Yea, whereto might the strength of their hands profit me, in whom old age was perished. For want and famine they were solitary, fleeing into the wilderness, in former time desolate and waste, who cut up mallows by the bushes and juniper roots for their meat. They were driven forth from among men. Even the Ishmaelites drove them up there. The Moors, we drove them up to the what they call the Caucasus Mountains, or Georgia, Russia. We drove them up there during the time, because the Moors were ruling Europe for 1,000 years. They were in Portugal, Spain. They were even in place in Germany, even in Russia. But we were ruling the Byzantine Empire, which is the Holy Roman Empire, or the East. We were in North Africa, Gibraltar. We were in Spain. What was that? Granada, I believe it was the last stronghold that the Moors were in. And the word Moor means dark skin. So not only the Moors chased them into the Caucasus Mountains, they were uncivilized. The so-called white man is uncivilized. The Ishmaelites, the Arabs, drove them up to the Caucasus Mountains too, showing you that every nation hates this damn devil, Esau, Edom. Verse 5, they were driven forth from among men. They cried after them as after a thief, to dwell in the cliffs of the valleys and caves of the earth and in the rocks. Now, the word Caucasus came about roughly around, the 1700s. That's when the word started being used by, I believe, by Blumenbeck. All right, to describe the Caucasian race. Okay, but the Caucasian race, Caucasus means from the Caucasus Mountains, which they made their tongue to fall upon themselves just by using even words like that. when you look at job applications, or what are you, black, Hispanic, Caucasian? They ain't put Caucasian, meaning to what? They're cave dwellers. That's all it means. And that's how foolish these devils are. They can call themselves Caucasian to prove that they're Esau Edom. To dwell in the cliffs of the valleys and caves of the earth and in the rocks. Among the bushes they brayed, under the nettles they were gathered together. They bray. What does it mean to bray? To make these cave beast noise. They didn't have no spoken language. Now, if the book Facts of Facts, I bring this out from time to time. The book Facts of Facts, page 59 by Benjamin H. Friedman. It was published in 1954, October 10th, 1954 to be exact. That this devil, Edomite devil, exposed his own people. He said that the Khazars did not have no spoken language or written language. So that right there fits perfectly with Job 30 and what? 7. Among the bushes they brayed. You ever see that movie, Quest for Fire? Esau was in a low base state for 1,000 years. This is a proven fact in history. He was in a low base state. And even now, he's the weakest race on earth. The so-called white man is the weakest race on earth. And he's not white. He's red. Adawam in the Hebrew, which means red. Edom means red. Esau, which means wasted away is he. What was wasted away on Esau Edom is pigmentation. Every nation on earth, when Esau and Jacob were born, the Lord never described how Jacob looks because he was a dark-skinned man, but he mentioned how Esau looks. So he mentioned how Esau looks. Every nation of people on earth were dark-skinned at one particular time. There's no such thing as a so-called white man. But I got news for you. Now, even when you look back at Cain, he was a dark-skinned man, but he goes back to Esau Edom. We could prove that Esau Edom has the mark of Cain on him. Because it says what? Let's grab it now. Now we can grab it. Genesis chapter 4. So you're going to have chocolate-covered crackers too. So this thing is deep. It's about genealogy of who your forefathers are. Because you can have somebody that might look and appear to be white or light-skinned, but they go back to all dark-skinned men as Hebrew Israelites. You see that? And it says here, Genesis chapter 4, let's start at verse... Oh, man. Hold on. Let's grab Genesis chapter 4. This is about Cain and Abel. And you know, Cain was killed Abel, and the Lord appointed another seed unto Adam, which was Seth. So he allowed that lineage to continue, that righteous seed, which is Seth, or the sons of God. And the Lord said unto Cain, verse 4, and starting at verse 9, and the Lord said unto Cain, where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? So right there, that's just proving you, that's Esau Edom. That's the response and answers he gives you. Like with an attitude, with a arrogant, proud attitude. Am I my brother's keeper? These devils don't care nothing about the Israelites. That's why they be gunning you niggas down constantly. You know how many Jakes been gunned down in the past year? How many lynchings still go on? And we got our people bowing down and pretty much joining hands with this devil as if they're your friends or your brother. Those are not our brothers. All right, Esau Edom, the so-called white man, is the cancer of the earth. He has to go. And the Lord said unto Cain, where is Abel, thy brother? And Abel means transitory. All right, transitionary, transitory. Where you get the New Jersey transit. Okay, transitory. And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? And he said, what hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground. And now art thou cursed from the earth, which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. All right? A future. Why? Because that's a future prophecy dealing with now too. Because everything this devil does is contrary to life. He's all about a death style. It's contrary to life. Look at the laws he passes. The unrighteous decrees he passes. A fugitive and he allows two men to be butt buddies. Lesbianism. He allows children to have puberty blockers to give them a decision of what they want to be, a male or a female. If you're biologically a boy, that's who you are. You can't change that. If you're a female, that's who you are. You can't change that. Your science ain't going to do it. Show you this devil goes against the order of nature, against the order of something natural. That's where the word nature goes back to, something natural. All right? A fugitive and a vagabond shall thou be in the earth. Now I just read to you what the word nomad means. It literally means to not have a certain dwelling place. So when the Mohammedan conquest, even when they were fighting against the Arabs and the Ishmaelites, you had Esau being pushed up there to the Caucasus Mountains, to Georgia, Russia, to the Caspian Sea, or the Black Sea, the Caspian Sea, in that region. But I will mention this, you did have Edomites also living in Portugal and in Spain. They were still around the, what they call Europe. All right, Europa, which they're not even the original Europeans. People think when they read Europe, they believe that it's speaking about the so-called white man. They're not even the original Europeans. Okay, the Japhites, which is another nation of people, which are dark-skinned as well, the Polynesian, the Hawaiians, they were living, they're the original Greeks and the original Europeans. Not the so-called white man. People don't even, when they read words like I said, they use it loosely. Oh, Europe means they're white. No, and I got news for everybody that people that might look light-skinned don't necessarily mean that they're Edomites. You had more fucking light-skinned women for 1,000 years. So you put that together, generation after generation after generation. Here's an example, Frederick Douglass. His fathers' are all crackers. So you know what that makes Frederick Douglass? A chocolate-covered cracker. His sons look Negroes, but they go back to all cracker blood, Edomite blood, and that's a fact. Chicken George. And the list goes on. Laura London, who was beautiful ass cheat shit. She gonna be my concubine, Lord willing. All right, Laura London. She goes back to the so-called white man. Tia and Marie, if I said that correctly. They go back to crackers. Lenny Kravitz, he got nappy hair, but he a cracker and dark skin. So this could be very deceiving. But anyway, let's read on here. So what would happen after 2 generations? Look at Blake Griffin's son. His father's a dark-skinned Levite, a so-called Haitian that fucked a light-skinned woman, and look how Blake Griffin looks, right? But look how his son looks, because he popped a light-skinned woman. So that's what, 2 generations, 3, correct me if I'm wrong. He got blonde hair and blue eyes, but he's an Israelite. So it says here, a fugitive and a vagabond shall that be in the earth. Okay, that was Genesis chapter 4, verse 12, right? And these devils are the cancer and the fugitive, the vagabonds of the earth, the fugitives. They go to everybody's land. They have over 800 military bases throughout the whole entire globe. They steal, they rape, they rob, they pillage. They came over here, they slaughtered the Native American Indians. They went to the island of Puerto Rico and slaughtered the women. Pregnant women, they regard not the person of the old, neither the person of the young. That's in the Bible. The eagle has landed. The eagle lands in everybody's backyard and slaughters everybody. They go into Africa with them dirty ass Hamites over there and go rob them. They're not Israelites, by the way. All right, they're another dark-skinned people. They're not Israelites. The Africans and the Hamites sold the Israelites on cargo slave ships. All right, the Arabs or the Ishmaelites built the cargo slave ships. And who funded the slave trade? It was them Amalekites, them fake Jews, them gutter rats. All right, it ain't hard to tell, man. So let's go back into this Job 30. This is Job 30 and verse 5 again. They were driven forth from among men, and I'll get back to the article. They cried after them as after a thief, to dwell in the cliffs of the valleys and caves of the earth and in the rocks. What's that commercial? So easy, a caveman could do it. Esau Edom is showing you that he's the devil and he's the cave beast of the earth. They're the lowest people on earth. Obadiah. Let's grab that right quick. This Obadiah, a one-chapter book, and how powerful this book is every time we bring it out, man. Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 2. Behold, I have made thee. Now let's start at verse 1. The vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Yahweh Shai, concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise here, and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, and Obadiah prophesied against Esau, Edom. Ezekiel was said to us, set thy face against Mount Seir, which that's the original home of Esau, Edom. That was a mountainous region. That's why they have all these high buildings. When you go to New York City, you go to all these downtown districts, they have all these high buildings. I hate heights. You ain't gonna see no Jake, if they not, unless they dumb as all hell. But I'm not bungee jumping off no damn plane or no helicopter. These devils do things like that. They eat raw meat. And the scriptures tell you not to do that, not to eat no raw bloody meat. You know? You want your meat thoroughly cooked. Now, unless you eat all vegetation, all right, I'm speaking about you Jakes out there. But either way, Esau, Edom, you can see the characteristics of who this devil is on earth. It's not hard to tell, man. They know who they are. We not going to know that we're Israelites, but they, having the rulership of the earth at the present day we are living in now, they're not going to know who they are. Why think they be flagging brothers' videos? Even with brothers with 2 subscribers or no subscribers, they take your video down for speaking the truth. All right, and this thing ain't about views. It ain't about having subscriptions. We could care less about that shit. All right, the Lord don't care. He resists the proud and gives grace to the humble. He don't care how many subscribers you got, well, you're a known name in Hollywood or some type of entertainer. He don't care about that. The Lord doesn't care about that. He deals with the lowly men. All right? And verse 2, Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 2, behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. That's why every nation on earth hates the so-called white man. The Lord has made thee small among the heathen. They're the lowest race of people on earth. They're the weakest people on earth. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, you Seminole Indians, are the strongest people on earth. You Barbadians, you Haitians, you Panamanians, okay? We're the strongest people on earth. But our people don't acknowledge they Israelites, so we ain't gonna waste our time in trying to explain to our people if they're no. All right, they choose to ignore this truth, but guess what? Good for them. They're gonna die in their sin. They're gonna die in their arrogancy and their pride. All right, and it says, behold, I have made thee small among the heathen that are greatly despised. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, right? Because Esau, Edom, believes that he's God. He has a God complex. He believes that he created life. But at the same time, he believes that he created life. At the same time, he tries to destroy life. He tries to turn men into women, women into men. This place is all upside down. There ain't no joy, no happiness on this earth. You know what it feels to work behind a fucking stinking-ass garbage truck? Fucking continual stress every single day, and you still maintain your sanity, man. Kings ain't supposed to work behind no damn garbage truck. We ain't supposed to be paying no bills. All right? We ain't supposed to be in a position we are in. But that's a lack of respect that we had towards the Heavenly Father. All right? Breaking his law, statutes, and commandments. He drove us and scattered us literally throughout every place on this earth. Every place on this earth, man. Until this day, you got Israelites scattered throughout the 4 corners of this earth. We are waking up to know who we are because the Lord put it back in our minds to know who we are. But you got certain Jakes that are asleep. Look at Nick Cannon. He knows he's an Israelite, but he a sellout. Just to keep a certain show or shows or his Hollywood reputation going. Look, he bit his tongue. He bit his tongue, said, I ain't going to speak against these fake Jews because he's scared. Marshawn Lynch, when he walked past the GMS Hawaii camp, he walking away like a bitch. This nigga weighed like almost 300 pounds, linebacker, whatever his position is in basketball or in football. He walking away like he was scared. What's the matter? You scared of the Heavenly Father in Yahweh's words? And the list goes on, man. We could go on and on with these rappers, the Wu-Tang Clan. They know who we are. Tupac, back in the 90s. See, when we speaking out there, he knew who we are. Come on, man. But anyway, Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 4. Though, verse 3, Salaki, the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock. Now, what group and race of people like living in mountains, whose habitation is high buildings? Thus saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle. What nation in America are they not represented as by an eagle? Ancient Greece, ancient Rome was represented by an eagle. Okay? And it says here, though thou set thy nest among the stars, right? There's satellites. How many satellites does this devil put in an orbit? Thence will I bring thee down, saith Yahweh Yahweh Shai. So the Most High gonna bring your technology down, your military down. Okay, that's why NATO, the Pentagon, they know about those chariots. They call them UAFs, unidentified aerial phenomenons. If I'm correct on that, unidentified aerial phenomenons. We know what they are because it's in the Bible. But no, they're not going to listen to a poor man's words. They're going to be like, this nigga crazy. But it's good. We want to be hated. We love being hated, man, because it proves us right. Every time somebody laughs at us and talks bad about the Wadi Yahabashim Yahushai, it proves us right. Good looking. Keep on doing it, niggas. Keep on doing it. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. Now, Esau, you had the Russians were like the first ones, I believe, to put something called a Sputnik in the orbit, a satellite. Then you had America, which are Edomites as well, put the satellites in the orbit. So come on, you got to see the pattern of events, man. Look at the pattern of history. Look what these devils do. It's so easy, man. Man, anyway. So let's go back into this article right here. All right. Let's skip down here. Let me just take the meat from the bones. I know they way off. Oh, man. Hold on. I was reading this before. Salakia. It says here, all right, but brothers can look up King Bulan in the 7th or 8th century A.D., all right, he chose out of 3 religions. He chose Judaism out of Christianity and Catholicism, or Islam. Believe it, out of Islam, Catholicism, and Judaism. One of the, whatever it was, he chose Judaism. So if there were Israelites prior to that, why would he have to choose something to convert to? Obviously, because they didn't have no written language. They didn't have nothing to go by. The Lord put them in that base state. They couldn't follow nothing, all right? So they acquired something that wasn't of them. And it says here, matter of fact, let's start over here. The controversy about Khazar Jews, by the way, the word Jew goes back to the tribe of Judah, Yahweh. Okay, Yahweh, that's the tribe that Yahushua came from, a so-called black man, all right, from the tribe of Judah, Hebrews 7:14. There's no such thing as a Khazar Jew. All right? The controversy about Khazar Jews and their intermingle with Jews in Lithuania, Poland, and Romania. Now, I remind you that you had Israelites living in that region of Poland. When you look at the icons and during the time of the Dark Ages, there were dark-skinned men. But you had Esau Edom during the time of the Renaissance when he came back into power in the 1350s circa 1400s. He broke off the noses, the hair structure, the hair, the skin. He tried to whitewash them or try to paint them to look like so-called white people. That goes back to the Greeks. 1 Maccabees chapter 3 and verse 48. When the heathen had sought the light to paint the likeness of their images. That goes back to them Edomites during the time of the Greeks. Showing you the pattern in history. It always follows these devils perfectly. All right, there was dark-skinned men living in Europe for 1,000 years. We've been there way before 1,000 years. We was there in the Mediterranean Sea. That was all dark-skinned men. When you go to the Acts of the Apostles, all right, Acts 13:1, we were called niggers back then. All right, these so-called Christians and these Sunday churches ain't bringing this information out. Them stinking-ass, dirty-ass Arabs ain't bringing out this information. And that's the religions you choose to follow. You jakes are gone, man. Egyptology. Black queen. The queen is my goddess. But she bleeds once a month. And that's what you choose to follow. Okay? We ain't gonna bite our tongues for nobody. We're gonna bring it out. But anyway, the controversy about Khazar Jews and their intermingle with Jews in Lithuania, Poland, and Romania is discussed at the conclusion of the book. First, the author describes other incidents when non-Jewish tribes. Read that again. The author describes other incidents when non-Jewish tribes converted and became children of Moses. First of all, let's grab this. You cannot convert to something that you are not. So we're going to hold that right quick. Let's grab Deuteronomy chapter 4, and I'm going to just start from the top. Now, therefore, hearken, O Yasharallah, the Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Seminole Indians, Latinos, Native American Indians, okay, unto the statutes and unto the judgments which I teach you, for to do them that he may live, and go in and possess the land which the Lord Yahweh of your fathers giveth you. This was never given to any other nation of people. You cannot convert to something that you are not. You got to be blood born. Your father's lineage has to go back to Hebrew Israelite blood. You cannot convert. Okay, if you're an Edomite, you're an Edomite. If you're an Israelite, you're an Israelite. If you're an Elamite, you're an Elamite. If you're a Hamite, you're a Hamite. If you're a Japhite, you're a Japhite. If you're an Assyrian, you're a Syrian. If you're a Rum, you're a Rum. If you're a Syrian, you're a Syrian. Simple as that. If you're a Moabite, you're a Moabite. If you're an Ammonite, you're an Ammonite. And the list goes on. Anyway, verse 2, he shall not add unto the word which I command you, neither shall he diminish aught from it, that he may keep the commandments of the Lord your power which I command you. And that's the reason these curses pursue us till this day. No matter how much you jakes try to make a living in this society, it never prospers. You try to open up a business, it closes down. Grand opening one day, the next day it closes down. You see that. You see that in these downtown districts. Look at Detroit, Michigan. Look at all these downtown districts throughout America. Look at that. You will never prosper, man. That's a curse because the Most High is pissed off. Okay? Now it says here, verse 3, your eyes have seen what the Lord did because of Baal Peor. For all the men that follow Baal Peor, the Lord thy power hath destroyed them from among you. But he that did cleave unto the Lord your God are alive, every one of you this day. And that's only the elect. Okay? We don't deliberately try to break the law, statutes, commandments to the Heavenly Father. You don't commit adultery. Them so-called Christians teach you can do whatever you want. Yahweh Shai in Matthew 5:17 said he came not to destroy the law nor the prophets. Yahweh Shai never gave you a license to sin or the Heavenly Father. You ain't supposed to go sleep around with another man's woman. You got Israelite camps out there that they be fucking another man's woman, and that ain't even your woman. And you know that she got a man and you fucking her. That's wicked as shit. Okay? And it says here, behold, I have taught you statute and judgment. So am I going to go out there and rob somebody? Am I going to go take somebody, something that don't belong to them? No. Because I'm not I'm not doing that. But you got so-called Christians that be like, you know what? It's all right to eat pork. You could go eat crab, shrimp, and lobsters. You could wear whatever you want to wear. No. Because those foods and that clothing carry a certain vibration on it. You're not supposed to do what the heathen do. You're not supposed to follow a multitude to do evil. You got these so-called Christians teaching our people it's all right to go fornicate. That Jesus, so-called Jesus Christ, looks like a so-called white man. That's not biblical. You're not going to find that in the Bible. All right? And the so-called white man did not write the book. Okay? Behold, No, that's why they came up with I believe it was in the 1800s, the slave Bible, or the 1700s. They didn't want you slaves down south to read the Bible. Okay, so they left every scripture that dealt with slave master in the Bible, so they can have you under subjection. That way you can feel, you know what? That way you couldn't rebel. Like, okay, you know, all right, we got to obey our masters, and that's not what it meant, and that's not what it means. That's not what it means. But they had something in slave Bible. They took out the huge percentage of the Bible and left scriptures and passages that dealt with only slaves obey your masters. Because the so-called white man till this day, back then, if he's seen you reading the Bible, he'll put you to death. He'll kill you. He'll murder you. Okay? So it says here, Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 5, behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my power commanded me. The Lord my God commanded me that he should do so in the land whither he go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations. What nations? These non-Israelites, the Goyim, these how you say Goyim? I believe I said that right. But these non-Israelite nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. So what separates us from all these other nations? The law, statute, and commandments. That's what separates us from all these other people on this earth. That's what makes us special. Deuteronomy 7 and 6. For what nation is there so great, who hath God so nigh unto them, as the Lord our God is in all things that we call upon him for? And what nation is there so great, that have statutes and judgments so righteous as all this law which I set before you this day? Everything how to live on this earth is found in the Bible. Okay? It's found in the Bible. Oh, man. So we could go on and what to eat, what not to eat, what to wear, what not to wear. Okay, oh man, lost some words or memory here. But anyway, yeah, let's continue on. Salakia. So let's go back into this article, right? It says here, the controversy about the Khazar Jews and their intermingle with Jews in Lithuania, Poland, and Romania is discussed at the conclusion of the book. First, the author describes other incidents when non-Jewish tribes converted and became children of Moses. The laws, statutes, and commandments were given to Moses to give to the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. None else. None else, man. And Moses was a dark-skinned man. Go to Exodus, I believe it's chapter 4. Miriam, his sister, was a dark-skinned woman. What, Numbers 12? Yahushua was a dark-skinned man. Job was a dark-skinned man. Zephaniah's father and Zephaniah were dark-skinned men. Okay, there wasn't no crackers, man. All right, examples are brought from the Avars and Cumans in Europe. Those are nomads, Avars and Cumans in Europe or in Turkey. Edomites, all right? Edomites in the Middle East. Now, these are speaking about Edomites. Edomites in the Middle East and the children of Moses in Ethiopia, sometimes known as the Falsas. Now, these are Ethiopians or Cushites. They're not Israelites neither. All right, when you read about their history, the Falasian Jews, which Falsas means falsu. Even in Portuguese, I say fake, falsu, fake. Okay, they had to be airlifted back, I believe, in 1991 or something like that, into Israel to try to fit the prophecies of them being the Israelites, but they are not. Even if you look till this day, you have these gutter rats fighting these Falasian Jews, these Ethiopians. So if they're supposed to be one of the tribes, why is Esau Edom fighting them? And what? And there's a heavy presence of what? Police brutality in Israel right now. Okay, a police brutality, and they trying to run you out of Israel, just like they ran Ben Ami and his followers out of Israel. They deported your ass. Showing you these are not the real Israelites, man. Well, Ben Ami and them, they're Israelites, but we have no certain dwelling place. That was something that you should have been doing on your own merit. All right, the Most High is the one that's supposed to put us back in that land. all these scriptures are popping in my mind, but I don't want to lose track of the video. You know? Then author then contends that it is quite possible that Khazar Jews now dispersed among several nations intermarried with local or genuine Jews, most notably blah, 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 blah. First of all, the seed line comes from the man. Let's get that right quick. It doesn't come from the woman. All right? This Numbers chapter 1 and verse 18. This Numbers chapter 1 and verse 18. And they assembled and all, let's start at verse 17. And Moses, Rawchaa, and Aaron took, and Aaron was a dark-skinned man, okay? Moses' brother. Took these men which are expressed by their names, and they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers. So the seed line comes from the man. That's a fact. Who leaves the inheritance? What? The man leaves, the father leaves the inheritance to his firstborn, or the inheritance to his sons. And that's how it goes. The father to the son, the father to the son. All right, not the woman. The woman is a carrier, she can carry a seed in her, but who's the seed giver? Is the man. That's how the Most High set up the man to be over the woman, and as simple as that. All right, and one of the curses in the Bible said the what? That the woman shall compass a man. In this society, women compass a man. And the word compass is literally like a compass. They're giving us the direction of where to go. That's how bad this place has gone. The Most High is pissed off. He even made a woman rule over the man. Women rule over them, and children shall be their oppressors. That's why these women have these high-paying jobs in corporate America. All right, they in behind a little cubicle, sucking the so-called white man's rod for a raise, or for some type of notification. You know, come on, man, notoriety or whatever. Notoriety. I'll say that right now. Whatever. Anyway, so once again, Esau Edom making his tongue to fall upon himself in his book right here, the Jews of Khazaria. Okay, and yeah, pretty much, I want to wrap it up right here. But those Khazars are Edomites as well. All right, those Khazars, I believe Khazar goes to the word Caesars. The Tsars or Caesars. The Russians had a bomb called the Tsar bomb. They have a bomb called Satan II. This is the Most High has a sense of humor. He made these Smiths, these German scientists, create bombs called the Satan II. Remember Yahushua said what? Satan should stand against Satan, or Satan should cast out Satan. And that's what they're going to do. Satan, the nuclear bombs of Russia against what? Nuclear arsenal of these other countries, along with Esau Edom. They're going to blow themselves up, man. We don't mind, man. And guess who's going to get caught up in that nuclear destruction? You 2/3 Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. We keep telling you, man. All right, that's why you're 66.6%. You 2/3. You're going to be put to death. Okay? So, joke's on you. It ain't on us. Joke's on you. We just hope to be delivered on this side. And Adawan Ratazan, that we are delivered on this side. But go into the history of King Bulin. All right? They ain't have no written language for this. Matter of fact, hold on. Let me just grab one more information source before I wrap this video up. It's from the Babylon and Timbuktu, right? From Babylon and Timbuktu. This is all spiritual, man. Babylon and Timbuktu. Let me grab this from page 21, right? From Babylon and Timbuktu. Page 21. Babylon and Timbuktu. Let's start here. Okay, this paragraph here. During the Middle Ages, the black nations, by the way, nobody's black. Black is a color. Nobody's white. There's different shades of brown, and you got pink or reddish. All right, you got different shades of brown. You can have light brown. All right, what they call a so-called mulatto. All right. My father, my physical father is like 3 shades darker than me. Okay? With different hair and a different nose structure than me. All right? But anyway, but he's a Hebrew Israelite. I don't know what my mother is. All right, she ain't even that light-skinned, but I don't know, she might be an Israelite, you know? But anyway, but it's of your father's seed line. It's about your father, not your mother. But anyway, during the Middle Ages, the black nations of Africa and Asia had the greatest political, by the way, the name Africa came from Leo Scipio Africanus. It was named by Leo Scipio Africanus. America was named by Amerigo Vespucci. Look it up, an Italian Edomite settler in the 1500s. That's how America got its name. Look it up. You're calling yourself by African American. Ain't nobody an African American. You allow Jesse Jackson to speak all that shit talking about we're African Americans one decade, then we're black another decade, then we're brown, then we're Salaki, then we're African another decade, then we're different bywords and proverbs that you slap upon yourself. Okay? Due to Esau Edom's rulership, of course he don't mind if you call yourself black. He don't mind if you call yourself an African American. As long as it got you under subjection, he's happy with it. Okay, and it says here, the black nations of Africa and Asia had the greatest political, economical, educational, and military influence in the world. At this time, Europe existed in a state of darkness for 1,000 years. So this is another source explaining and pretty much, look, saying that Esau Edom, the so-called white man, was what? In the Caucasus Mountains for 1,000 years. Okay, matter of fact, hold on. I ain't finished yet. Let's grab this. Page 59. Let's grab this right quick. Now, this is needful for this type of video right here. This is the second paragraph, right? Page 59, Facts of Facts by Benjamin H. Friedman, published in 1954, October 10th, 1954. The Yiddish language is not a German dialect. All right, by the way, Yiddish came from different mixed languages. That's all Yiddish is. It's not Hebrew. And that's the same language, false language that these Edomites still speak to this day. They're not the people of God, okay? There's still wars in that land. There's wars all over the world. There's uprisings of the people, rebellions of the people, rebellings of the people, race wars, everything, famines, high gas prices. This is a wicked kingdom, man. This is an upside down world. And it says here, the Yiddish language is not a German dialect. Many people are led to believe so because Yiddish has borrowed so many words from the German language. If Yiddish is a German dialect acquired from the Germans, then what language did the Khazars speak? King Bulan. Then what language did King Bulan or the Khazars speak? For the 1,000 years they existed in Eastern Europe before they acquired culture from the Germans. And when you go to Revelation chapter 20, that devil that came out of that bottomless pit, or Revelation 13, whose deadly wound was healed, that's speaking about Esau Edom, the Roman Empire. Okay, the 10 horns, the 7 heads, the 10 horns, the European Union, they all branched and came from there. Okay, they came from the ancient Roman Empire. They come from Esau Edom from the beginning. They come from Cain, man, the sons of the wicked. It's simple as that, man. You put it all together. The scriptures, the Bible is on perfect point. Perfect. Okay, you can't make this up if you wanted to. You couldn't lie if you wanted to. All right, I know I'm all over the place with all this information, but it's true. This particular book source, Facts of Facts, says they were in the Caucasus Mountains in Eastern Europe for 1,000 years. The Babylon of Timbuktu by Rudolph R. Windsor, but it was born in Long Branch, New Jersey, says that they were in the Caucasus Mountains for 1,000 years. And you know who gave them this information? When you go into the beginning of this book, biography of Windsor, Rudolph Windsor, he even tells you that the Kaiser used to have what we call like dinners and benefit dinners with these fake Jews or Amalekites, and they told them this information. They gave them this information. All right? So, come on, man. And the list goes on and on and on, man. There's so much that you can prove, man. You know? So much you can prove, but these devils came out of Georgia, Russia, or the bottomless pit, all right, which is Europe. They came out of Eastern Europe, or the bottomless pit. Okay? And there's a scripture in Ezra, you can prove that the bottomless pit is referring to Europe. Right? Out of all, he chose one pit. All right? Pit can represent a landmass or land. All right? Europe is a pit. All right? And it lacked resources during 1,000 years. It lacked resources. It lacked information. It lacked an ability or a structure of like but that's going into more, but I don't want to get into all of that. And but with that, Lord willing, was edifying, giving all praises. Oh man, it was a pretty long video. Giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Harakak Wadash, and Shalom.